following is a presentation of Godaway Sports.
Berkshire Rotary Club leadership team and team owner. She would like to thank her mom for inspiring her to teach and to always be there for her. And next year, Peyton plans on attending Mills County University for a bachelor's degree in education and hopes to one day be a dance teacher. Next, we have Danielle Lane. Danielle, welcome to Life Guide Health Department. In addition to being the Bencherette, Danielle has been the president of her 4-H club for 4 years and the Girl Scouts since kindergarten. She's also a member of the Berkshire Lesbian Society and the choir, the Berkshire State Band, and is a senior class officer. Her favorite memory is to do bus rides, but in reality, almost every moment from good practice to performing on the field, the sentimental conversations, the explaining, slang, or finish, all was amazing, but especially most of us. She would like to thank her parents for supporting her and plan chauffeur, Coach Hunt for always being there whether she was having problems with practice or not, and she would especially like to thank her fellow student background for making this so special. It is a gift to know all of you and an honor to share leadership personally. Daniel is uncertain of what is next, but she plans on working with children in one college where she will hopefully continue to participate in color guard and improve herself and her community. Next, we have Francesca Bell Roberts, baseball club. Francesca is escorted this evening by her parents, Tommy and Betsy. This is her third year participating in Bencherette, where she is a letter winner. She's also participated on the competition for the champion and track and field team. Her honors include being corporal and captain of Bencherette. She was top female shooter on the track team and was given the Brick Award in track. Outside of the Francesca has been given a choir for 4 years. She's a member of the Berkshire Community Council, Prom Committee, Stage Group, and last year was the class president. She is also the
Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall on Godaway Sports, Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Your North Olmsted Eagles have a new nest. Godaway Sports will be covering 2 exclusive Eagles football games this upcoming fall on our network. Don't miss the action, as by scanning one of our QR codes, you'll be able to watch on our YouTube page or listen on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away. Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall on Godaway Sports, Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away. Your North Olmsted Eagles have a new nest. Godaway Sports will be covering 2 exclusive Eagles football games this upcoming fall on our network. Don't miss the action, as by scanning one of our QR codes, you'll be able to watch on our YouTube page or listen on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Your North Olmsted Eagles have a new nest. Godaway Sports will be covering 2 exclusive Eagles football games this upcoming fall on our network. Don't miss the action, as by scanning one of our QR codes, you'll be able to watch on our YouTube page or listen on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away. Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall on Godaway Sports, Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Gotaway Sports, we got away.
Gotaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Gotaway. Gotaway Sports, we got away.
Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Berkshire High School in Burton, Ohio, on Galloway Sports. This is Noah Ricks alongside my cameraman Donald Van Horn as we are witnessing some CBC action. The Berkshire Badgers playing host to the Wickliffe Blue Devils. But here comes the alma mater now. So, ladies and gentlemen, you see the Berkshire Badgers getting ready to head out on the field with their big American flag. As you saw, coming past them is the Wickliffe Blue Devils, who are red hot at 7-1, averaging at just under 30 points a game. And Coach Mark Brisello was talking to me last night, and he just really loves this group of guys, a great group of kids coming out on Wickliffe's team and ready to do havoc and just letting things speak for itself. They want to control what they can control, but the Berkshire Badgers wanted to get above 500 with a win here tonight. They won last year's meeting 38-0 on the road at Wickliffe, but here at Great Lakes Cheese Stadium, the Berkshire Badgers stormed the field here on senior night. We thank you for watching our pregame show, which featured our senior night festivities here at Berkshire, which featured the football team, the cross-country team, the cheerleaders, and the marching band. Coach Josh Weiss in his 13th year at the helm of the Badgers, ready to go at it again and hopefully win against Wickliffe for what could be the second year in a row. So the marching band is getting ready to march off the field, just about maybe 1 minute away from this kickoff here on Gotaway Sports. And for the first time here on Gotaway, we finally have video here at Berkshire. It took us the entire fall sports season to get the video, but we are here and we are going to get some good highlight reels on that display tonight as the Badgers and the Blue Devils getting ready to trot out onto the field for this opening kickoff. So it looks like the Blue Devils will be kicking off from left to right here to the Badgers to start off tonight's contest. So this broadcast is copyrighted by Gotaway Sports, Gotaway Broadcasting Company, LLC, for the private use for audience. any use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or other accounts of the game without Godaway Broadcasting Company's consent is prohibited. But what a night, as number 40, Drew Rossman, will be doing the kickoff duties tonight for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. The Badgers send 2 guys deep to start tonight's contest. And we're actually filming here from the roof, so we got a good, clear view of tonight's action. It looks like maybe Cameron Beam down there, number 12, deep, to receive this kickoff for the Badgers. One of the seniors here on senior night. And it looks like the left-footed kicker, Rossman, boots it. It's a good boot. That's heading towards the goal line, but it's fielded. Looks like Beam is going to run with a full head of steam. He's going to run past, juke past some runners, and actually that's number 22, Oliver Miller, beg your pardon. So Oliver Miller takes the opening kickoff, not Cameron Beam. And we will start here first down to 10 on the 18-yard line. So Berkshire, 4-4 on the year. They are ranked number 12, the last spot in the playoffs right now. And coming off a most recent 36-8 victory on the road in Manaway last week at Crestwood. So they have won what is now 2 of their last 3. Of course, they ran into a tough Kirtland squad. They played tough with Kirtland, but Kirtland just really ran the rest of the way in this second half en route to that victory. So here comes a first down to 10 for the Badgers. Here comes the man in motion and the fake. Looks like Sam Parsakowski is airing it deep down the field, and it is hauled in past midfield. Goes number 17. That is Dason Marker. And a Badger first down. Dason Marker gets a huge catch. Listed as a tight end at 6 foot, but here comes a little no huddle here for the Badgers. A well-coached team. And here comes Varsakowski. He kind of lost the snap for a little bit, out of reach out, and he drops back behind midfield, so a huge loss there. Makes it 2nd and long for Berkshire. Got number 12, Cameron Beam, in the right slot here on 2nd down and 15 after the loss of 5. And it looks like they're overloading the house here, and we got a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what the official's call is. It's an offside here on the Blue Devils. They were really low in that box there. Well, it looks like maybe just a little too aggressive. Beautiful Great Lakes Chief Stadium that just opened 3 years ago, back in 2022, when this K-12 campus opened here in Burton. Here comes a 2nd down and 5. Here comes the handoff here to number 27, Aiden Weiser. Aiden Weiser, the senior, gets a good, modest pickup. Then they marked that 2nd and 5. It was actually 2nd and 10. But it's now going to bring up 3rd and 9 after the 1-yard pickup. So here comes the shotgun for Parsakowski. Here on 3rd and 9. Weighing the play call, number 3, Luke Stoop. Out to the left side. Takes the snap. And he's going to air it down the field. Varsakowski and Cameron Beam holds it in. There goes Beam down the sideline and in the end zone for the Badger touchdown. Cameron Beam from 45 yards out, and the Badgers on the board to start tonight's contest. The lights go off here in the stadium, and that is to be intended as Cameron Beam, the senior, takes it in for 6. Varsakowski with a little confidence, all the confidence in the world on that last throw. Cameron Beam averaging 42.4 yards per game on the receiving end. And number 34 for the Badgers, Roman Perchik. Actually a soccer kicker here. We covered him when we covered Berkshire soccer. The PAT is up and good. So the soccer kicker makes it 7-2-0 Berkshire. We'll be back here after this message on Godaway Sports. Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming
was awesome.
fall on Godaway
I saw that
Sports,
from there.
Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
45-yard touchdown pass from Sam Barsakowski to Cameron Beam. And the Badgers here on senior night, they shut out these red-hot Blue Devils last year on the road. But back here in a Badger Stadium, looking to make it 2 in a row here against the Blue Devils. And keep in mind, the Blue Devils just give up just over 12 points a game. Looks like the Badgers trying to find a way to have Wickliffe's number. Coach Porcello for Wickliffe in his 15th year, a graduate of Wickliffe. This could probably be his biggest test of the year right here. It's a very well-coached team. Here comes Perchik with the kickoff. It's a kind of a line drive and fielded at the 10 here by the Blue Devils' number 5, Marquise Roberts. Marquise Roberts trips up a little bit. So here come the Blue Devils. Kind of a longer bus drive out here to Burton from Lake County, 45 minutes, but that does not deter them as they're going to set up shop first down and 10 on the 17. So the Blue Devils, with this 7-1 start, their only loss was to perennial powerhouse Kirtland, coming off a very tough 27-20 victory at home against Rootstown last week. But here comes first down and 10 for the Blue Devils. Quarterback under center. It looks like they're really bunching up here on this offensive formation. And he is going to pitch it to his tailback, number 8, Elijah Fitch. Elijah Fitch, a player to watch out here tonight for the Blue Devils as he picks up maybe about 7 or 8 yards to make it second down and short for Wickliffe. So we are no stranger here to Wickliffe. We actually covered them when the volleyball team came out here to Burton back in September. But here comes the second down and 2 for the Blue Devils, who are averaging just under 30 points a game at 28.5. Under center is Dominic Porcello, the quarterback. Could be a huge connection to Coach Porcello, but here comes the handoff here to Fitch on the toss. And he is going to be swallowed here. Looks like number 17 for the Badgers, Marker, able to make that stuff. Marker was leading on the charge there for Berkshire, as it's going to bring up third down and short. Well, it looks like we have a penalty marker on the field as well, as I just spotted that penalty marker. With 9:42 to go in the first quarter, it's going to be on the Blue Devils. So that is going to be the second penalty here for Wickliffe in this first quarter. And run the clock as it's going to bring up second down and 11. Looks like that was a holding on that last penalty call. So now Porcello, quarterback, huddles his team up, and they come back out. Center not hesitating to get on the ball there. Here on second down, a lot of wings here for the Blue Devils formation. And play action here for Porcello. He is being chased, being flushed out of the pocket, and past the 20, he's going to be wrapped up. It appears number 28 for the Badgers, Sam Babel, able to make the stop for the Badgers. So Babel makes it third down and 5. And they are not hesitating to get on that ball again. Bunch formation again for Wickliffe. Looks like Berkshire loaded in the box here on this third down. Taking a long time on the snap count. As Porcello under center. Porcello, play action again. He rolls out to his left side, trying to scramble, and he decides to throw it himself, and it's picked off. It's picked off here by the Badgers, as I'm trying to spot that number here, and looks like he may take this for 6. Taken for 6 here is number 22, number 22, Oliver Miller, for the touchdown. So Berkshire, 2 quick scores in this first quarter. And the 7-1 Blue Devils already in trouble here with 8:15 to go in the first quarter. But we got a penalty marker on the field that may nullify this touchdown call. Looks like a penalty on the Badgers as the official pointed towards Berkshire's direction. But Oliver Miller, the junior, with a huge interception. So nullify the touchdown, still 7-0 Berkshire. But in great field position to start this drive. Who would have thought? It's first down here for the Badgers. As Wickliffe, ever since 1972, is 5-4 against Berkshire. And here comes the handoff here. And with a good open running room is Aiden Weiser, who picks up some great yardage on that first down play call. So it looks like they appear to move the chains, maybe. Yes, they will move the chains. First down, Berkshire. Trips out to the left. And Barskowski in the shotgun here on first down and 10 for the 18. Sam Babel was to his left hit. Now he backs up a little bit. And it looks like they'll hand it off here to Babel. Babel is being stuffed here by that Wickliffe front. It's like Davion Marlin in on the charge for Wickliffe. Berkshire trying to capitalize off of that. Oliver Miller interception. Wins out to the right here on second down and 9. 1-yard pickup on that last run by Babel. Babel once again to the left hip of Barsikowski. And Barsikowski looks like it's going to be a little read option, and he decides to flip it to Babel. And Babel once again picking up some good yards. But third down coming up here in about 5 for the Badgers. And looks like we will get a timeout here on the field. 7:34 to go in this first quarter, and Berkshire trying to make it a 2-score game when we return here on Godaway.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
So Berkshire getting ready to come out of the timeout here in this opening quarter. Noah Richter, play-by-play announcer here on Godaway Sports. And to the right of me is our good cameraman, Donald Van Horn. He's getting some good shots here tonight, just like our old days, like filming at Youngstown State and just the good old days of traveling on the road and getting some good shot angles. And we want to give a huge shout out to our old boss, Mark Pradle, the video coordinator. If you're watching this, we still think of you. But it looks like a third down and 5 here for the Badgers, with trips out to the right. Spread formation for Coach DeWeese's squad. Away in the play call, getting the signals from the coaching staff on the sideline. Barsikowski sends a man in motion, and it looks like they're going to flip on the jet sweep to Oliver Miller. Oliver Miller is shy of the 10. The marker to get the first down was the 9-yard line, so fourth down and short coming for the Badgers as he was pushed out of bounds. It looks like that was only a 1-yard pickup, well shy of that 10-yard line. And Barsikowski staying out there on the field. That's the Badgers going for it here on fourth down. Could be a huge opening quarter pickup here. Could be a huge opening quarter fourth down conversion. And a man in motion, that's Beam, and they're going to hand it off here to number 27, Aiden Weiser, but he is stuffed in the backfield by number 50, Gio Martinez. And a turnover on downs for the Badgers. with 7:27 to go in your opening quarter. And a huge fourth down stop by Martinez, the senior, 6 foot. And a good defensive frontman, defensive lineman at 245 pounds and 6 feet. So here come the Blue Devils after that huge stop on fourth down. Don Porcello under center here for Wickliffe from the 15-yard line. Setting a man in motion a little bit, and they're going to hand it off here to Elijah Fitch, and Elijah Fitch is stuffed. No gain for the Blue Devils as it's 2nd down and 10. I did mention this, other than the Kirtland game, this is Wickliffe's biggest test here this season. But just take it one day at a time. Number one goal is to make the playoffs, but they're just focused here on Berkshire right now. They just want to control their effort. That's all they can do. As it's 2nd down and 10. For Wickliffe, man out far to the right. That is Jaden Johnson, the sophomore number 1. And they're going to hand it off here to, it appears, no, it's actually Porcello keeping himself on that option. And Porcello shy of the first down as it's going to bring it 3rd and short. Get a little fullback option going back to the old school days. Coach Porcello. And now 3rd down and 2. For Wickliffe. And Maryland High here on this 3rd and short. Man shifts, trying to draw them off sides. With 11 on the play clock. Porcello under center again. And they're going to hand it off here to Fitch. And Fitch fighting for the first down. It looks like he has it. He is close at least. Miller with the takedown for the Badgers. And it looks like, yes, Wickliffe does pick up this first down on 3rd and short. Good 3rd down conversion for the Blue Devils, trying to tie it up here halfway through this opening quarter at Great Lakes Cheese Stadium in the village of Burton. This is actually Geauga County's oldest settlement. I just found that out today. Founded all the way back in 1798. Maryland High here on first down from the 26-yard line, and they're going to hand it off again. Nothing doing that time. Looks like he actually got stuffed in the backfield there, as it's going to bring it 2nd down and appears to be 11. So the Badger front really coming up to the task. A lot of chippy country boys really getting down the dirt. This is actually interesting. Wickliffe's more of an urban area out by Lake County, and Berkshire's the more rural area out here in the middle of Geauga County. And here comes that little sweep here on 2nd down and 11. Well, once again, nothing doing. Wickliffe just can't seem to do anything on offense. They were lucky their defense bailed them out after that interception. It looks like, I don't think they even got past the 30 yet here in this first quarter. As with just over 4 minutes to play, it's 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 11 for Don Porcello, the quarterback. Going out far to the right is Jimmy Feaster, number 3. 3rd down and long. Takes the snap. Porcello rolling out to his right, trying to find some separation, and he throws a deep one down the field and overthrows his intended target. Good defensive coverage by the Badgers' number 5, Chase Wardle. And Chase Wardle, good defensive coverage to make it a 4th down and a punting situation for Wickliffe. Pass was intended to Jimmy Feaster. Jimmy Feaster, the 6-foot senior for the Blue Devils. And now coming on for the punt is Drew Rossman, the 6'1" senior. Oliver Miller back deep to receive from his own 40. Takes the snap. It's a good snap, and that is a good boot by Rothman, the punter. And he is decapitated, and a penalty marker on that catch. He was just leveled there behind the 40, but it looks like more than likely it's going to be on Wickliffe. Which could be their third penalty here in this first quarter. And the key to this game right now is just staying disciplined. Yeah, it is going to be on the Blue Devils. After that obvious pickup call by the officials. So here they are going to move the ball into Wickliffe territory on the Wickliffe 48. That's going to fire up this crowd, and actually a good turnout here on senior night. The student section to our left. A lot of parents out here in droves. Out here to Burton. And it's first down for Sam Marsikowski on the Wickliffe 48. Shotgun for Marsikowski. Twins to the left. As he's going to hand it off to Babel. And Babel getting a good hole. And just maybe to the 40. About 2 yards shy of the first down. Good 8-yard pickup for Babel. Easter able to make the stop there for Wickliffe, and they are not hesitating. It's second down and 3. Once again, Twins to the left. Out 4 to the left for Berkshire is Luke Stoop, number 3. And they're going to do play action and a good little check down in the flat. And a first down here for the Badgers as he finds his intended target, number 88, Brady Wadsworth, the 5'10" senior. Inside the 40 to the 37. 3 minutes to go and counting in this first quarter. Marsikowski in the gun again. Babel to his left hip. Now he moves to his right hip. And he takes a snap. Marsikowski trying to step up a little bit, but he's going to be sacked in the backfield. And coming in on the sack is number 54, Trey Jackson. Trey Jackson, just a young sophomore. Well, you can see this defensive front for Wickliffe is strong. They've got the size, they got the height. 6-yard loss on the sack, and it's second down and 16 from the Blue Devil 43. Miller motions, and Marsikowski being pressured again, and it's intercepted! Intercepted by number 0, Davion Marlin. Davion Marlin just really crashed in at the right time, and the linebacker gets the INT. So Wickliffe trying to make it a ball game with 2:04 to go in this first quarter, trying to tie up the game. They are in Badger territory. And a good turnout on the Wickliffe side as well. Trying to support their Blue Devils, trying to make a playoff spot again for the second year in a row and the third time this decade. They made the playoffs last year in 2024 and back in 2020 in the COVID year. First down to 10 for Berkshire from the 47. Actually, Wickliffe from the Berkshire 47. Porcello in the pistol, and he's going to hand it off here with a good head of steam. It's Feaster. Feaster in the backfield on that first down play call. As it's going to bring up second down and short. So Blue Devils trying to get some momentum. Trying to put one in the end zone. Porcello now on second down and 2. Huddles his troops up, and they try out. Once again, pistol formation for Porcello. Number 13, Colvanata out to the right side, to far right. Frank Bucara in the slot, and handoff here. First down for Feaster, and Feaster trying to fight to the 30, but he does get a huge first down. And the Blue Devils driving. Some great action. Both teams able to pick up an INT. Now just over a minute to go in this first quarter. First down from the 31 of the Badgers. Doing some adjustments, pistol formation for Porcello. Looks like they have maybe 8 guys here in this box, and Feaster is going to be swallowed, but he does get some good yardage on top of that. Now it's going to be 2nd down and 9, 1-yard pickup for Feaster. So Jimmy Feaster doing a little hybrid role here on offense. Really do some playmaking on the receiving end. But now he goes back to the sideline as some personnel is being changed here for Coach Porcello. 13 seconds of counting to go in this first quarter. Now Banana has to motion to his left side. Got a little confused there. 2nd down and 9. And he takes a snap, and it looks like they're going to hand it off to Fitch. Elijah Fitch fighting close to the first down, and that is how this first quarter will end. Great football game out here right now on senior night from Burton. It is Berkshire 7 and Wickliffe 0. We'll be back for the second quarter after these messages on Godaway Sports.
Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall on Godaway Sports, Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away. Your North Olmsted Eagles have a new nest. Godaway Sports will be covering 2 exclusive Eagles football games this upcoming fall on our network. Don't miss the action, as by scanning one of our QR codes, you'll be able to watch on our YouTube page or listen on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Your North Olmsted Eagles have a new nest. Godaway Sports will be covering...
Start of the second quarter here on Godaway Sports. It's 3rd down and 2 for Wickliffe, and Porcello is going to keep it himself, and it looks like he may have the first down. And yes, they are going to move the chains here. And thank you for watching this presentation of Godaway Sports. Noah Roots alongside with my cameraman, Donald Van Horn, doing a heck of a job getting some good shots, especially some key plays in that first quarter. But 1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils on the 21-yard line. Porcello in the gun. He's going to hit it off here to Fitch, and he is being swallowed up by a host of Badgers. Looks like Weiser getting in there on the stop for Berkshire. That was a heavy gaggle of Badgers. But looks like no gain there for Fitch. So 2nd down and at 10. And if I'm not mistaken, this may be the first time that Wickliffe has come out here to Great Lakes T Stadium. And yes, this is actually the first time they come out here to Great Lakes T. And this is going to be a handoff here to Fitch. Fitch trying to find some running room, but nothing doing. So you can definitely tell that Wickliffe not used to this kind of environment. Because Berkshire used to play football on the other side of town, and these two teams before 2024 have not played since 2019, before COVID. But it looks like AC/DC playing in the background. That is the side. It's 3rd down for the Badgers D. 3rd down and 10 from the 21. Don Porcello in the gun as he's going to just hand it off here. And actually getting past the tackle is number 8, Elijah Fitch. And looks like that play call by Coach Porcello pays off. He knows what he's doing out there. It's going to be first and goal for the Blue Devils, well within the red zone for the first time here tonight. And taking advantage off of a turnover on downs by Berkshire and able to capitalize off of their interception from Oliver Miller. So that is really flipping the script here, which could be a 14-point swing if Wickliffe puts it in the end zone. Under center is Berkshire. And they're going to hand it off here to Fitch, and Fitch fighting towards the goal line, but coming in at the last second is Oliver Miller with that huge push. No signal, so they're not going to say he's in the end zone. Maybe just about maybe a foot shy. Great job coming in on the charge because Fitch was really heading towards the end zone, but Maryland and I again here on second down and goal. And Porcello keeps it himself, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown, Wickliffe, as the Blue Devils on the board. Looking to tie this game up here with 8:58 to go in this first half. A really quick 3 minutes have gone by here in the second quarter because Wickliffe was really running that clock off on the ground. And the left-footed kicker, Drew Rossman, lining up for the PAT. Number 2, Frank Bucar, is awaiting the snap, and he puts it down. The kick is on its way, and it's good. Wickliffe has themselves a kicker, as it's Wickliffe 7 and Berkshire 7. You are watching Godaway.
Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall on Godaway Sports, Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
1-yard touchdown run off a quarterback sneak by the quarterback, Don Porcello. As, with 8:58 to go in the first half, it is Berkshire 7 and Wickliffe 7. And we are just loving it, this video out here. You're seeing the beautiful Great Lakes Cheese Stadium here in Burton. A really well-executed plan by the administration of Berkshire. Opening up this campus just 3 years ago. Their campus needed some renovations, and they got that renovation. As Drew Rossman waiting the kickoff here for Wickliffe. So it looks like they have Oliver Miller once again back deep. Receive the kickoff here for Berkshire. As both teams really fighting for a playoff spot. Berkshire in Division 5, they are at number 12. Last spot, Wickliffe controls their own destiny. They are number 7 in Division 6. And here comes the field of the kickoff. Looks like this is number 5 for Berkshire. As he is running down the sideline to chase Wardle past midfield. And whoa, Nelly. Giving me some Keith Jackson vibes, will you? Chase Wardle with a huge kickoff return into Wickliffe territory. So, you're definitely going to be enjoying that on the highlight reel. Chase Wardle. Tied up at 7, and Berkshire looking to rebound and respond off of that Wickliffe score. Sam Barshikowski in the shotgun here for Berkshire on a first down and 10 from the 42 of the Blue Devils. Barshikowski takes the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Weiser. Weiser breaks a tackle, and Weiser gets past number 2, Frank Bucar. And it looks like, yes, they moved the chains. First down, Badgers. First down from the 31. Barsikowski takes a high snap, and Weiser running down his left side, trying to get to the outside here. As he is met by a host of Blue Devils. So it looks like Ralph Jackson, number 4 on the stop for Wickliffe. Ralph Jackson, the 5'10" senior, listed as a linebacker. Now, second down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup by Weiser. Trips out to the right side here for Berkshire. In the gun, Barsikowski. He fakes the throw, pump fake, and he throws to a wide open Oliver Miller. Oliver Miller towards the pylon, and the officials put it up for the touchdown. And looks like that was a quick go score. I believe that was a 3-play drive for the Badgers. Very quick response here by Berkshire as it's 13-7 with the extra point pending. 7:46 to go in the first half, and a great quick response here by Berkshire. You are witnessing some action here tonight on senior night. Wickliffe, the 7-1 team, Berkshire, the 4-4 team, fighting. Just stay ahead and stay in that playoff hunt. Berkshire lining up for the extra point, placed by Barsikowski, and the kick is up and good. So, with 7:46 to go in the first half, it is actually Berkshire 14 and Wickliffe 7. You are watching Godaway Sports.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Back here with 7:46 to go in the first half. And a quick touchdown. Barsikowski finding Oliver Miller for 6. And looks like Perchik is ready to take this one away from his own 40. Wickliffe definitely not sleeping on these Badgers. They had that bad taste in their mouth from last year, but they are going to be receiving this kickoff. Fueling for the 5, it appears to be Elijah Fitch, number 8, and trying to run down the middle, trying to get to the outside. Elijah Fitch is almost tripped up, but he breaks free of it, and he is past the 35. So a good, maybe about 32-yard kickoff return for Elijah Fitch. Elijah Fitch, 5'8" freshman, a true freshman out there on the field. He's got a lot of speed and a lot of agility. That is what you need, a lot of evasiveness. So 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. Noah Ricks, your play-by-play announcer on Godaway Sports. I'm also producing as well tonight. Our cameraman is Donald Van Horn. So, first down and 10 from their own 37. Here comes John Porcello, the quarterback, in the pistol. Jimmy Feaster out to the left here on first down, and they're going to hand it off here. Appears to be Fitch, and actually, Marquise Roberts was far to the left, not Feaster. But a good second down and 5 after the 5-yard pickup. So Wickliffe taking a little bit of time. They're not really rushing anything at all. This is a team that has been through ups and downs, really found a way to just build together a solid unit. And it looks like a handoff again, as it's Jimmy Feaster picking up, it appears to be about 2 yards. So third down and short coming up for Wickliffe. Shire trying to force a 3 and out here, as we are very close to the halfway point of this first half. Whistle on the field. So we have the official timeout for now. The officials do have the mics tonight. They are mic'd up here for this contest. So both teams, playoff teams a year ago. Both teams, once again, fighting for playoffs this year. 3rd down and 3 from the 43. Shell on the gun. Spear out far to the left. As they're going to hand it off here to Fitch, and Fitch finding a good hole and a 1st down for Elijah Fitch. And it appears to be Oliver Miller on the stop here for Berkshire. Wickliffe driving into Berkshire territory. Down 14-7 with just under 6 to play first half. Fun night here in Burton. This mid-October evening. Comes the handoff here on 1st down, and Fitch once again breaking tackles. And once again, you think he's brought down the backfield, but Elijah Fitch has got that kind of NFL-like agility. Keep in mind, Wickliffe, one of the smaller schools out there in the metro Cleveland area, with around maybe 430 kids, population of about maybe 12,000. The Wickliffe community really loves their athletes. They have had some good athletes in the past. And a community with a rich past, that's for sure. 2nd down and 9, and it looks like they're going to do an end around to number 9, Nick Boschke. Nick Boschke, the 5'11" junior, with a good little end around to make it 3rd down and manageable for the Blue Devils. Porcello, just taking their time. The field general is really just being poised. A lot of moxie for this young sophomore quarterback. 3rd down and 4 here for the Blue Devils. He's in the gun, Porcello. And he takes a snap. He hands it off here to Fitch on this 3rd down. And Fitch trying to fight for the 1st down, but good charge by the first 2 levels of the Berkshire defensive team. So 4th down, more than likely, you're going to keep your offense out there on the field. Trying to get a 1st down with just over 4 minutes to go in the half and trying to tie up the scoring. So they really much have the green light, and it's very justified to go aggressive here inside opponent territory. 4th down 3 from the Badger 42. Porcello under center, and whistle blows. And a timeout here by the Blue Devils. So we'll step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be back here after this message on Godaway.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Here late in this first half, Wickliffe trying to convert here on 4th down. So this is actually going to be their first 4th down attempt here tonight. Berkshire had a 4th down attempt on their own end, which fell short. But it looks like the defense trying to make it up for them. 3:29 officially on the play clock. Coming in after the timeout are the Blue Devils. Porcello trying to line up his troops and trying to get them huddled up. And Porcello under center again here on 4th down. And the pitch here to Elijah Fitch. And Fitch, it appears to be short. And it looks like it is a huge turnover on downs. Yes. So the Berkshire Badgers return the favor for their offense. as they make a huge stop here on 4th down. So both defenses here tonight have made a 4th down attempt stop. 3:24 to go in this first half, and Berkshire trying to drive down the field and go up by 2 scores before intermission. Wickliffe Devils really on their toes. A team that has given up more than their season average right now. They gave up 12 points a game. Now they've given up 14 here tonight. Here comes Barshikowski on the fake on the quarterback draw, it appears. And huge pickup by Barshikowski. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2. And we got a handoff here to Aiden Weiser. And Weiser to midfield. A penalty marker flies. It appears to be a face mask on Frankie Bukar. And I saw that from up here. Looks like he was just really yanking that helmet, but let's await the official call. And yes, it's going to be on the Blue Devils. So a huge face mask and huge penalties here in this first half have been killing Wickliffe. Really moving it into Blue Devil territory. And an automatic 1st down for the Badgers. It's now going to be on the Wickliffe 35. Hustling. Good hustle here by the Badgers as Barshikowski just taking his time. They really do not want Wickliffe to get that ball back. Man in motion, that's Cameron Beam. Fakes it to Beam and throwing a good check down on the flat. It's Oliver Miller. Oliver Miller trying to hurdle. More likely, he may run track as he tried to hurdle over that defender, Jaden Johnson. But a huge 1st down off that good check down. That good little fade route is what they need as they are now in the red zone on the 16. Sikowski with Oliver Miller to his left hip here on 1st down. Badgers trying to put 20 on the board here in tonight's first half. Motioning around is Miller, and now off the option, Miller gets the handoff, and inside the 10, he is close to the 1st down, but he may be about maybe a yard or 2 shy. And 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. As the clock stops after the runner was pushed out of bounds. And it's officially placed on the Blue Devil 8s. And we got a Godaway update. North Olmsted and Valley Forge going at it. Valley Forge winning 10-7 at halftime against our Eagles. But pistol formation here in Burton, and they're going to hand it off to Weiser. Weiser fighting for the 1st down. And if you want more football next week, we'll have more video for you out in North Olmsted as North Olmsted Eagles play at what could be at their last game of the season against Westlake next Friday night at 7 p.m. Pre-game show at 6:30. Here comes a 3rd down and 2 for the Badgers of Berkshire. It's a 3rd and short, and they are going to hand it off to Weiser. Weiser fighting his way for that 1st down and really pushing inside the 5 as it's going to be a 1st and goal here for the Badgers who really have some tough physicality tonight against that Blue Devil front. You can tell they were really studying that film all week in practice against that defensive front. But they are spread out here on a 1st and goal from the 2. As in the gun is Sam Barchikowski. To his left hip is Babel. And looks like Barchikowski trying to fight towards the end zone, and he's going to be stopped short, about a yard shy. He had that good look. He had that good angle. 118 and counting now. Martinez, one of the players on the stop for the Blue Devils. And keep in mind, at halftime, we'll show you both bands from Wickliffe and Berkshire, as that will be our little halftime treat. Under a minute now here in this first half. From the 1, and Barsikowski under center, and he's going to sneak and fighting his way. No signal yet. Touchdown! Both quarterbacks get a quarterback sneak, and this time it's the senior, Sam Barsikowski. With 45 seconds to go in the opening half. And you gotta love the way they turn the lights on and off. It's really like controlling the lights on an arena. They really got that arena-like feel out here at Great Lakes Cheese Stadium. And Roman Perchik lining up for the PAT. Barsikowski to hold. Place, kick is up, and it is no good. So 45 seconds to go in your opening half. We will stay here on Godaway Sports. It looks like it's someone's birthday down there, as the cheerleaders are really singing happy birthday down there on the track. Some fun stuff here on senior night as Berkshire up by 2 possessions. Just under a minute to play in the first half. A 1-yard quarterback sneak by Sam Barsikowski as he put it in the end zone for that touchdown. Badgers really want to get to 5-4 and try to win their final 2 regular season games, making that huge playoff push as they are up 20-7. So what's on tap here for the Badgers? A win here tonight, and they will travel out to Chagrin Falls in good position. They beat Chagrin Falls 2 weeks in a row last year to end the regular season and in the playoffs. So that is going to be huge next week, but still a lot of football to be played here, really focusing on the Wickliffe Blue Devils first. And kind of a squib kick. It's fielded by the Blue Devils. It appears to be, if I'm getting that right, that is Ralph Jackson. No. I believe that is actually Feaster there for the Blue Devils. So, avoiding a penalty. But now the Blue Devils trying to put one in the end zone with 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 39-yard line, their own 39-yard line. It's all about just really trying to find a way to get their defense up and running. They have to contain that Barsikowski, but the offense trying to respond as well, as they only have 7 on the board. And the screen pass here to Buchar, and Buchar trying to juke his way. And Oliver Miller able to bring him down with just under 30 seconds to go. The Blue Devils do have 2 timeouts to work with, but it appears they are not going to use them. They're just taking their time with under 20 seconds to go now. 3-yard pickup, second down and 8 on the, actually second down and 8 on the 42. And with 6 seconds, and it looks like they will just run the play clock down. And that will do it here for a very dominant first half by the Badgers. Halftime here from Great Lakes Cheese Stadium, and Berkshire leads the 7-1 Wickliffe Blue Devils 20-7, and we will take it to the bands.
Ladies and gentlemen, the great city of Wickliffe, Ohio is proud to present, under the direction of Mr. Evan Solomon, Assistant Director Mr. Tyler Hassel, Program Instructor Mr. Michael Machado, and Percussion Instructor Mr. Noah Garrison. It's the often imitated, but never yet repeated, Wickliffe Blue Devils! Wickliffe! And now, introducing the 2025 drum majors, Emma Soria and Brandon. You know, French disco funk block tracks don't usually make their way into the marching band repertoire. But we're happy to make an exception with this next tune. We hope you enjoy the Wickliffe Swing Band's take on Daft Punk's Get Lucky. Thank you for your very kind attention. Good luck to both fans and both teams throughout the rest of the full season. And get started. Go! Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 2025 Berkshire Tire and Banners. My student co-host, Banner, and Tesla. And some instructions with Mr. Matt Nessel. Here's some assistant Mr. Sean Edwards. And veteran coach, Kenny Haas. Thank you, Frankie. Let's end on show. Friday night is Monday on the Great Punishment like it is for the Monkey Badgers. You might be crazy for Megan, or possibly he's in love with it. Or maybe, like Beyonce knows, you're crazy in love. excited to invite our 8th grade cadets onto the field to play with us on our next song. Horses are meant to gallop, boats are meant to sail, and badgers are meant to march. Oh, and starships are meant to fly. It's Starships, featuring the amazing Badgerettes. Great job, Badgerettes, and great job to our 8th grade cadets who played with us on that piece. They ate and left no crumbs. They slayed. And that trip, what a flex. Do we have one more for you all? Bet, Sam. Blow up with us as we serve with a song that came out when most of our band members were, oh, I don't know, 6, 7. And it's my house.
Your North Olmsted Eagles have a new nest. Gotaway Sports will be covering 2 exclusive Eagles football games this upcoming fall on our network. Don't miss the action, as by scanning one of our QR codes, you'll be able to watch on our YouTube page or listen on City View Sportscast Radio. Gotaway Sports, we got away.
And we're back here at a brand new facility that opened up back in 2022. You're seeing that in the distance. That is the K through 12 campus out here in Burton, Berkshire. And you're getting a good view of this Great Lakes Cheese Stadium as we are about ready to start half number 2 in the village of Burton. The Berkshire Badgers on top of the 7-1 Wickliffe Blue Devils, 20-7. Miller Ricks, your play-by-play announcer here on Gotaway Sports with our cameraman, Donald Van Horn. And great shot. We're getting some good shots here tonight, and you're definitely going to get some good highlights and a good reel for what could be tomorrow or maybe Sunday at the latest. But we will definitely have a highlight reel after tonight's pivotal game that is really crucial for playoff implications. But the Berkshire Badgers winning 2 of 3, 43-16 against Rootstown back out on September 26th, and a 36-8 win at Crestwood last week. So Berkshire playing here for the first time in 3 weeks since that Rootstown game, which was actually homecoming. But both teams are ready to get back out on the field. Wickliffe trying to respond. This is actually, other than the Kirtland game, their biggest test of the year, as we mentioned. Down 2 scores. Don Porcello threw an early first quarter interception. But they will get the ball to start this third quarter, as they will be going from left to right. And Roman Perchik, who is actually a soccer kicker as well, will be doing the kickoff duties here for the Berkshire Badgers. Glad to have you with us from this beautiful facility, Great Lakes Cheese Stadium, an artificial turf, out here in a rural community. So Berkshire has had some ups and downs. They have actually had 4 games this year where they were able to put up over 40 points. So this is definitely not surprising that you're seeing 20 right now as we are about ready to kick the ball away to start the second half. 15 seconds left on the 3-minute warm-up clock. That is why we are waiting officially to kick this ball away. But we just want to remind you that this broadcast is copyrighted by Gotaway Broadcasting Company, LLC, for the private use of our audience, and the use of this game or other pictures, descriptions, or other accounts of the game without Gotaway Broadcasting Company's consent is prohibited. And a good pooch kick there by Roman Perchik, and it's going to be fielded by number 5, Marquise Roberts. Roberts breaks a tackle, and he just put him down on the ground. There goes Marquise Roberts, and the kicker has to come in at the last second to make the touchdown-saving tackle. The kicker with the tackle. I've seen that before in my high school days. But the kicker, Roman Perchik, really hustled with all his soccer acceleration and made a huge stop on Marquise Roberts. So Wickliffe gets excellent field position to start this crucial second half on the Berkshire 45, down 20-7. And here comes the first down for Don Porcello in this little bunch formation. And they're going to hand it off here on the DOS to Elijah Fitch. And a good pickup there by Fitch, as the Blue Devils in unfamiliar territory, as mentioned. These two teams haven't met in Burton since what appears to be actually 2018. 2018 was the last time these two teams played in Burton at the old school campus. Wickliffe won that game 34-6, but here comes a handoff here on 2nd down and 6. And a 3rd down coming up here for Wickliffe. They're just taking their time. They have a lot of poise there, especially with that sophomore quarterback, Don Porcello, just leading the troops with just a lot of calmness. But now 3rd down coming up for the Blue Devils. Ball placed on the Badgers' 38-yard line. Bunch formation again for Porcello. 1 man in the backfield here on 3rd down and 3. Trying to get in the draw off sides. And they're going to pitch it here to Fitch, and Fitch trying to fight his way for the 1st down. But in on the charge for Berkshire is Chase Wardle, the 6'2" senior. Huge stop there on 3rd down. It's going to bring up 4th and short. And Wickliffe needs a huge 4th down conversion right here. 0 for 1 on 4th down tonight. They went for on 4th down late in the 1st half, and they fell short. 4th and 1. And the Blue Devils trying to convert. Maryland I for Porcello. Here on 4th down. They are low in the box, Berkshire is. Taking their time. And a time running down on the play clock as a frustrated Coach Porcello calls a timeout. I saw that frustration from the sideline from here. 5 on the play clock. It was running down. And some miscommunication forces the coach to call a timeout. They have 2 remaining here in the 2nd half. So it's just about just trying to communicate and trying to get those guys to gel here tonight. Because Berkshire's really kind of got them flustered. But it's still a winnable game. They're only down 2 scores. Here early in the 2nd half. But they had to pick up this 4th down, because if they don't, then Berkshire will get a lot of momentum going their way. 2 touchdown passes for the quarterback of Berkshire, Sam Barczykowski. But now here comes 4th down and short for the Wickliffe Blue Devils. They're going to bunch up. They're going to bring the house. Berkshire once again low in the box here on 4th down. Shell under center. They toss it to Fitch, and Fitch close to the 1st down, and I believe he did get it. Yes, he did. So a huge 4th down conversion for Wickliffe, and they keep the drive alive on their opening drive here in the 2nd half. So now 1 of 2 on 4th down to move the ball to the Badger 34. They bring them out of the huddle. And Maryland I again for Porcello. 4 defensive backs in the formation, and they're going to do a little fullback option again. There goes Porcello, finding his way for some good yards. Close to that 1st down marker. Portal on the stop there for Berkshire. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and short. Let's see where they officially mark it. Looks like they're going to say 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard pickup. Ball's now on the 26. And the Blue Devils putting together a nice methodical drive with under 8.5 to go in 3rd quarter. Maryland I again, 2nd down and 1. And off to Fitch, and Fitch, easy 1st down as he is inside at the 25-yard line. And they will signal to move the chains. This is the drive they definitely need, and it couldn't have come at a better time. 1st half, they just want to forget it. They want to have that short memory. They move it up to the 23. First down and 10 for Wickliffe. Banana goes out far to the right for the Blue Devils. And shotgun for Porcello. Porcello is just going to hand it off to Elijah Fitch, and Elijah Fitch trying to get a good hole on the outside. And does pick up maybe about 3 or 4 yards. So here comes the second down. I believe they only give him about 2. It's placed on the 21 officially. A lot of time written down here in this third quarter. That is what Wickliffe wants to do. As we're approaching 7 minutes to go in the third. Shotgun once again for Porcello. That was a flinker out to the right. And there goes Elijah Fitch. Elijah Fitch inside the 10 for a huge first and goal upcoming. A lot of confidence for the young freshman, Elijah Fitch. Now the Wickliffe Blue Devils knocking on the door. Trying to get momentum back on their side as the ball is placed officially at the Badgers 7. First and goal upcoming for the Blue Devils. And a pistol set for Porcello. Flanker out to the right side here on first and goal. And they're going to hand it off to Fitch. And Fitch finding his way to the end zone. No signal yet. Yes, he is in the end zone for the Blue Devil touchdown. So a 7-yard run for the freshman Elijah Fitch. And Wickliffe cuts it down to a score with 6:16 to go, third quarter. That's exactly what they needed. As Drew Rossman trying to make it a 6-point game with this pending extra point. A lefty. They're waiting the hold, and he puts it down, and the kick is good. So, 6:16 to go, halfway through the third quarter. It is Berkshire 20 and Wickliffe 14. We'll be back after this message on Godaway Sports.
Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall on Godaway Sports, Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
You know it's a Friday night football game when you got AC/DC playing in the background. From their 1976 album, High Voltage, TNT. A good old classic from the Bon Scott era. And Berkshire trying to put on some dynamite themselves after Wickliffe had that TNT on that opening possession. But halfway through this third quarter, as Drew Rossman getting ready to kick this one away. Let's see what Berkshire can do. As they will get their first possession to start this second half. And that is a good little pooch kick as it's fielded by number 54 for the Badgers, and a nice, decent return for Chase Bagel. 5'10" sophomore for Chase Bagel. But here in this third quarter, as Berkshire up 20-14, trying to put one in the end zone again. 2 passing touchdowns for the quarterback, Sam Barczkowski. And looking to add on to his total here tonight, the senior here on senior night. and they're going to hand it off here on first down. What could potentially be their final home game as a Badger, because they are placed number 12 in the playoffs, and number 12 is the last spot in the playoffs, so more than likely you're not going to see a home game if they do get into the postseason. As we got a penalty marker down in the secondary. So awaiting this official call as the penalty marker is at the Wickliffe. It's on the defense. It was at the Wickliffe 42. Now ball placed on the 49-yard line after that Blue Devil penalty. So second down and short, they're going to say, and they're going to hand it off here as a host of Blue Devils come swarming in. One of them was number 50, Gio Martinez, and Gio Martinez with a huge stuff and a third down and short again. No gain. So Barchikowski in the gun, trips to the right, and he takes the snap, and he's just going to call his own number. There goes Sam Barchikowski inside the 40 with a full head of steam. He's got a lead block. That's Stu, and all the way down the sideline is the quarterback, Sam Barchikowski, for his second touchdown on the ground tonight. So now he is accounted for all 4 touchdowns here for Berkshire. That is 2 passing touchdowns, and now 2 rushing touchdowns for the senior Sam Barchikowski. He is on the Godaway Sports Player of the Game alert right now, as Berkshire back on top by 2 scores with 4:50 to go in this third quarter. So definitely another solid response for the Badgers. It looks like Berkshire appears to be going for 2 as they want to go on top here by 14 late in this third quarter. So yes, Coach DeWeese calling this play call and trying to pay off Barchikowski, and it looks like he is stopped short. 2-point conversion unsuccessful, and with 4:50 to go, third quarter, it is Berkshire 26, Wickliffe 14. We'll be back after this message on Godaway.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall on Godaway Sports, Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Sweet Caroline, the 1969 classic by Neil Diamond. You are witnessing a sweet moment here on senior night as Berkshire back on top by 2 scores at 26-14. As Roman Perchik getting ready to kick this ball away. And he gets a good line drive kick. It's fielded past the 10. Looks like Marquise Roberts, who had a good kickoff return earlier, that really set up that Wickliffe touchdown, but not as good of a kickoff return. He does get past the 35, though. As it will be the Wickliffe Devils setting up shop Devils able to get their first score of the half on their opening drive of the second half with a 7-yard touchdown run by the running back Elijah Fitch, the young freshman. And he's got another 3 solid years in the tank. So if you can get that young man up to speed, you're definitely going to have a solid unit for the next few years, indeed. Also, you got to have that good support cast. Wickliffe does have the size and the height as mentioned. It looks like a lot of these young linemen are underclassmen. Maybe about only 3 seniors, 4 seniors on this offensive line. With 4:41 to go in this third quarter. Wickliffe Blue Devils will set up shop. First down on the 25. It looks like they happen moved back via penalty. So penalties have been really killing Wickliffe tonight. Here comes first down for Don Porcello, the quarterback. Young sophomore, leading his team with a lot of calmness. And they're going to hand it off to Elijah Fitch. Elijah Fitch with a full head. He's running head. And it's a first down. Looks like he did get that first down. He did have a lot of speed there. Getting into that outside. Getting into that boundary, that really far end boundary. As he moves the chains yet again for the Blue Devils. Ball placed on their own 37. As Cello in the gun. Here on first down. Once again, the handoff to Fitch. And Fitch stuffed there initially. As I believe, yes, it is number 73 for the Badgers, Danny Tiller. Danny Tiller, the 5'11" senior. You did see a lot of seniors get called there for the Berkshire football team during those senior night festivities. So hopefully that's nothing too severe for Coach DeWeese to adjust to for next season. But now second down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup. Maryland I. And they are going to fake the handoff as Don Porcello gets a first down and inside opponent territory as he was laid down by the Badgers' number 54, Chase Bagel. And in the third quarter, from North Olmsted Valley Forge. Valley Forge still on top of the Eagles, 10-7. That is your huge Godaway update. Now a first down and 10 from the 45 of the Badgers as they're in opponent territory again. They're going to hand it off again to Fitz, and Fitch is laid down by number 10. I'm trying to get that right. Esteban Huska. Esteban Huska with the huge wrap down. Esteban Huska is a young sophomore, 5'11". Now it's going to be second down on the Badger 42. 3-yard pickup there for Fitch. Badgers trying to get another huge stop. They had a 4th down stop late in the first half, but now trying to stop them in their own territory again. But Fitch finding his way for a first down and then some inside the 25. They're just really just being methodical, handing the rock off to Elijah Fitch. Oliver Miller. Initial stopper there for the Badgers. Move it down to the 24. Pistol set for Porcello. They have a wing back out to the left. And it's Fitch being called again. It's going to be brought down after a good, modest pickup. They're moving about maybe 3 yards. Time winding down here in this third quarter. Ball officially placed at the 21. 4-yard pickup there for Fitch. Just over a minute and a half to go in this huge third quarter. Both teams picking up a score. But what's important here is Berkshire has missed a 2-point conversion and an extra point. Actually, a PAT and a 2-point conversion in that in chronological order. After the huge pickup, as it appears to once again be Fitch, and a first down for the Blue Devils. It's just been the patience here tonight for Wickliffe, and that is why they are a 7-1 team. Even though they are behind by 2 scores, they are really playing like it's a tie game right now. Twins out to the right here on first down and 10 from the 14. And the pistol set, they hand it off to Fitch again inside the 10. Babel able to make the stop for the Badgers. Babel able. Unintentionally rhymed there. But under 30 seconds to go, it is second down and 4. 6-yard gain. Pistol again for Pacello. And they're going to hand it off to Fitch. Fitch breaking a tackle. And Fitch just about a yard shy of the end zone. But a first down and goal for Wickliffe. So Wickliffe, their second consecutive drive. And it looks like they will just sit on it here to end the quarter. But end of 3, we got a good game. And Wickliffe trying to knock on the door. It is Berkshire 26 and Wickliffe 14. Stick around. The fourth quarter is the best to come here on Godaway Sports.
Your North Olmsted Eagles have a new nest. Godaway Sports will be covering 2 exclusive Eagles football games this upcoming fall on our network. Don't miss the action, as by scanning one of our QR codes, you'll be able to watch on our YouTube page or listen on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Hey, all you Berkshire faithful, come support your Badgers this upcoming fall on Godaway Sports, Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. By scanning one of our QR codes, your teams will be right at your fingertips as you can watch 7 action-packed games this fall on our YouTube channel. You can also listen to the games on City View Sportscast Radio. Godaway Sports, we got away.
Godaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school athletics. If you are interested in advertising with a company who is dedicated to covering our communities around the clock, then we encourage you to scan the QR code on screen or follow the link below to get your feet in on the ground floor and become a partner with Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.
We're back here to start the fourth quarter, and we just want to remind you that this broadcast is copyrighted by Godaway Broadcasting Company, LLC, for the private use of our audience. Any use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or other accounts of the game without Godaway Broadcasting Company's consent is prohibited. And here comes a handoff here in a quick touchdown by Elijah Fitch from 1 yard out. 2 touchdowns here in the second half for the freshman running back. And Wickliffe cuts it back down to a score just 3 seconds into this fourth quarter. So a huge, tight game here tonight, as it should be, with both teams fighting for playoff spot. Wickliffe, number 7 in Division 6, Region 21, and Berkshire, Region 7 of Division 5. They are number 12, last spot. And here comes the PAT by Drew Russman, and it's Drew. 26-21. Wickliffe to start this fourth quarter. We're going to stay here on Godaway Sports, but your play-by-play announcer Noah Ricks, alongside our great cameraman here tonight, Donald Van Horn, who is just having a solid night. He hasn't really done this in a while. It's been maybe about a year or so, but it's like he never left. We're glad to have Donald on board, coming all the way out from Cortland, Ohio, which is about maybe 45, 50 minutes from here, give or take. Definitely not an easy drive for any of us here on Godaway out to Berkshire, but we're still doing it. And for the first time tonight, it's exclusive video. As previous 5 broadcasts here in Burton, just audio only. We're trying to make sure to get the video up and running for tonight. And the crucial football game, we couldn't have picked a better game to pick up during this Week 9 affair. And on senior night, nonetheless, as Drew Rossman getting ready to kick this ball away for the Blue Devils. And they're just going to actually catch them napping, catch them off guard. They really just hustle towards the line. And yes, that is a legal play as Jason Marker falls on it. But nevertheless, Berkshire does start with okay field position due to that quick little squib kick. It's going to be first down on the 43. Actually, 42. Four seconds into this fourth quarter. In a one-score game. Here comes the first down. Barchikowski is going to hand it off to Aiden Weiser. And Aiden Weiser, the senior. Brought down by Ralph Jackson of the Blue Devils. And now trips out to the right here on second down. They are hurtling back to the line. And it looks like a man jumped off sides there. They're not going to call it. Looks like he just got back behind the line of scrimmage. And now here comes a little play fake. And over the middle, he fires and completes it to Oliver Miller for a first down back into Wickliffe territory. They're just playing cat and mouse out there right now. Wickliffe scores and Berkshire trying to do the same on a response. Could this be the third response here tonight for the Badgers? As it's first down at 10 from the 45. Trips out to the right here for Sam Barchikowski. Takes the snap, and they're going to hand it off here to Weiser again. Weiser takes it down to the 43. Now they're going to stay in the same formation. Same personnel. It's second down and 8 after the 2-yard gain. Trips out to the right. Got Cameron Beam in the slot. Scored a game's opening touchdown. Has not really done much since, but he is being wrapped up. Barchikowski back to midfield, being sacked by number 54, Trey Jackson. Trey Jackson, the sophomore, with a huge sack. And it's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Badgers in this one-score game. 10 minutes to go in this one. Shire trying to convert on what is now 3rd down and 14. We're going to send out trips to the right. Sending Oliver Miller in motion. Now he motions back. And it looks like he's going to do a halfback pass, a little halfback pass to Barchikowski, and Barchikowski gets the first down. Huge play call by Coach DeWeese. Coach DeWeese couldn't have come up with a better time, couldn't have called that at a better time, with a nice little halfback pass back to his quarterback. excellent, executed play call. And you are seeing everything here tonight. As it's first down on the 34, huge third down conversion after the sack. Definitely making it a great drive worth. And here comes the handoff, and a host of Blue Devils coming in and swarming. Move back maybe a yard. But Schweese has a little tricks up his sleeve. And in a fourth quarter, in a crucial game of huge playoff implications, you really need to make that play call, that risky play call that paid off. Second down and 12 after the 2-yard loss. And here comes Barshikowski to throw, and it's intercepted. Right there for the INT is Jimmy Feaster, and Jimmy Feaster is right there. And it looks like he may have telegraphed his pass a little bit. And a huge takeaway with 8:32 to go in the game. So what was promising for Berkshire, that promising drive ends with a thud. So Wickliffe takes over on their own 28-yard line. Trying to go on top for the first time here tonight. A touchdown would have automatically put them on top. As they are down by just 5. Key difference, Berkshire missed an extra point and a 2-point conversion on their last 2 scores. And here comes the handoff here to Elijah Fitch. Brought down by Miller of the Badgers. Good, maybe 6-yard pickup there. And it looks like, oh, player down. He's kind of collapsing a little bit on the field. And it looks like, yeah, we are going to send it to commercial. He is down. Your North Olmsted Eagles have a new nest. Gotaway Sports will be covering 2 exclusive Eagles football games this upcoming fall on our network. Don't miss the action, as by scanning one of our QR codes, you'll be able to watch on our YouTube page or listen on City View Sportscast Radio. Gotaway Sports, we got away.
Gotaway Sports is Northeast Ohio's new home for high school.
So we're back here in the fourth quarter, and going down on that play, kind of limping, was their best player for Wickliffe, Elijah Fitch. And Elijah Fitch being taken out of this ballgame with 8:12 to go. They have lost a key asset in a potential comeback. In great sportsmanship between Wickliffe's number 13, Cole Venata and Berkshire's number 1, Nate Foltz. Kind of shaking hands a little bit, and this is more than football. This is about more than football because a young kid with a promising future has just had a huge injury. Thankfully, nothing too serious happened, but yeah, that's definitely going to take him out of this ball game for sure. With 8 minutes to go, and here comes the handoff to Jimmy Feaster, and Berkshire hustling to that running back, that hybrid running back, Jimmy Feaster. And it's going to bring up 3rd and 4 after the 1-yard loss. So with your best player out, Wickliffe having to be forced to make adjustments. And now 3rd and short for the Blue Devils. You have seen a great story here tonight. Berkshire just at 500. On top of a 7-1 team by 5 here late in the fourth quarter. 7:18 to go and counting. Shotgun formation for the quarterback, Porcello. And looks like play fake. And he is being chased down, but Porcello, and he just broke him out. He just buffed him out. And a huge first down as he just went to that brick wall with a lot of strength. So, a huge 3rd down conversion for the quarterback, John Porcello. So now they are going to have to more likely rely on the legs of that young man, the young sophomore quarterback. Wickliffe has been doing most of their attack through the ground here tonight. The likes of Fitch and Porcello. Venata out far to the left here on 1st down from the 40. Porcello hands it off here to Ralph Jackson. Ralph Jackson fighting his way past the 45-yard line. So the clock's still running down. But now they move it to the 46 after a 6-yard gain. Here it is, 5-point affair halfway through this fourth quarter. 26-21, the Badgers lead. And here comes the handoff to Jackson, and Jackson being swallowed here on a 2nd down. And I believe getting in there for the Badgers was number 54, Chase Bajal. But now another 3rd down and 4 coming up. Let's see if Porcello can do it again, maybe through the air this time, who knows? Now time is starting to become a factor. With just under 5.5 to go here on 3rd down and 4. Going to hand it off, trying to find some room to the outside. There goes Ralph Jackson, but he is stopped short of the 1st down, and a huge stop on 3rd down by Dyson Marker. Dyson Marker makes it a 4th and short, and now with just over 5 minutes remaining, Wickliffe, with their 3rd 4th down attempt here tonight, they are 1 of 2, but this is their most important 4th down attempt here tonight. They do have 2 timeouts left in their pocket, but timeout called on the field here by the Blue Devils. They are down to 1. So the Blue Devils trying to just adjust and trying to go back to the sideline, trying to regroup as a unit. You only need 2 yards, but it is a tough 2 yards. Because Berkshire has been playing physical all night long. And you know, they are really swarming to the ball carrier. And the clock officially stopped at 4:44. And Berkshire can take over. They can really eat up a lot of clock. You have no 2-minute warning in high school football, so just that 1 timeout to work with for Wickliffe if they are unable to convert here. Berkshire's defense is ready. Wickliffe's team is about ready to get back out on the field.
And now 4th down and 2 from their own 48-yard line. Can the Blue Devils keep this crucial drive alive? Maryland High. They're low in the box. And they're going to hand it off. And he is going to be stopped. Stopped. Looks like they actually did hand it off. And it looks like they may signal first down. And look, no, nowhere close. Wickliffe was signaling first down, but nowhere close. As Berkshire with the huge 4th down stop, their second 4th down stop here tonight, with 4:39 to go. Defense stepping up at the right time. Defense on their toes. And a huge one-possession game. That's what football's all about, just really fighting for the very last yard until the final whistle. But now here comes a first down, and all Berkshire wants to do is run up clock. I'm going to hand it off here to Babel. And Babel's stuffed in the backfield. That's Wickliffe down to 1 timeout to go. Just under 4.5 remaining. Berkshire is really going to run down this play clock. Well-coached unit. Now here comes a 2nd down and 10. 15 left on the play clock. Barshkowski obviously going to take his time in the gun. Play clock is down to 5. They snap it at 5, and they're going to do an end around. Nice little end around. There he goes. There he goes. That is number 88 for the Badgers. The tight end, Brady Wadsworth. Brady Wadsworth with the nice little end around. I am loving it, these trick play calls here by Coach DeWeese. He's really found a way to just really execute against a very tough team that's only given up 12 points a game. But the offense doing more than its fair share tonight as they have 26 on the board. Not playing a perfect game, but a near perfect one. It's kind of like in baseball where pitchers more than likely don't go pitching a perfect game, but here comes a first down run there for the running back. It appears to be wiser with just over 3 minutes to go. So, looks like they are within field goal range. It's 2nd down and 8 on the 12. Which would officially be a 29-yard field goal for Roman Perchik, the soccer kicker. Keep in mind, a field goal would keep it at a 1-possession game. So a touchdown here will more than likely seal the deal. But first things first, 2nd down and 8. Shotgun formation for Barshkowski. And Barshkowski end around again. There he goes, Brady Wadsworth, but this time, Wickliffe catches up to it. And we're fooled the 2nd time. And now it's going to bring up 3rd down. Wickliffe holding on to that final timeout. That's 3rd down and 7. That clock hits 2 minutes and under. You got the Berkshire Badgers. Just trying to put the icing on the cake. 3rd down and 7. And they are going to fake the handoff. There goes Barshkowski. Barshkowski is stopped well shy of the first down. Looks like a timeout here called by the Wickliffe Blue Devils with 1:36 remaining. And they call their final timeout. So, field goal would keep this at a 1-possession game. Ball's officially placed at the 7, which would officially be about a 24-yard field goal for the kicker, Roman Perchik. Well, what's coming up here for the Badgers? Are they
going to go for it here on 4th down, trying to roll the dice. Because they do have 3 yards to go for this first down. And it looks like, offense maybe staying out on the field. Yes. So Coach DeWeek's going to roll the dice here on 4th down. They're going for it here. Got all the confidence and trying to convert. Trying to put the game away. And fakes the handoff. He throws to the end zone. Wide open for the touchdown. This game is on ice as they find number 3, Luke Stoop, for this game-clinching score. Just great play calling tonight all around. As with 1:31 to go, Berkshire up by 11. 32-21. But here comes the kicker, Roman Berkshire. As a 3rd touchdown pass tonight for Sam Barczykowski. That's PAT on its way. Good. We'll stay here on Godaway Sports. 1:31 to go, and Berkshire going to improve to 5-4 with this important Week 9 victory. Obviously, Wickliffe trying to fight to the bitter end. But in danger, going to 7-2. They really gave Berkshire all they had, but just offense just really wasn't clicking other than the ground game. But now Wickliffe will just have to set their sights on a home game against Crestwood, as they still have to control their own destiny going into Week 10. But this could really bump up Berkshire in the computer points. I know Wickliffe is a division below, but the Badgers, against a 7-win team, they're definitely going to get some points after tonight. So number 34, Roman Berkshire, getting ready to kick off for the Badgers. And it's a kick out of bounds, and looks like that was intended as the penalty marker flies. They will kick out of bounds there by Berkshire. But to be, as we mentioned, that is intended. But now we're Rick's here on Godaway Sports with our cameraman, Donald Van Horn. Could have picked a better night. Come out here to Berkshire and get video for the first time out here in Burton. We have been trying all season long. A lot of troubleshooting methods. But all it took was just a simple capture card. Better late than never. Is what I like to say. It looks like they're going to do a re-kick from the 35-yard line. That will move Wickliffe up a little bit closer, but only 5 yards. Now here comes the kick, and a squibber this time. That's a good little squibber as it's fielded at the 10-yard line by Frankie Bukar. And Frankie Bukar trying to find some room, but he does get down to about the 40-yard line, just shy of the 40-yard line at the 39. So 29-yard return, and we got a huge update from the North Homestead game. Will McPherson rolls out to the right and hits Luca LaRue for the 4-yard touchdown pass for the Eagles. The Eagles lead 13-10 against Valley Forge with 47 seconds to go. Yes, I am like Kevin Harlan. I am calling both games. Now with 1:23 to go, the Badgers just trying to get one more defensive stop and call tonight. And here comes the snap, play fake, actually pump fake, for the quarterback, Porcello, almost intercepted. Almost intercepted. He overthrew his intended target. As it looks like Babel was there. Deep down the field. The linebacker going deep down the field almost had that interception in his hands. And now 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. They haven't really aired it out much. But obviously you have the talented legs of Porcello and Elijah Fitch. They really haven't needed to make those play calls through the air, but Porcello now having to go through the air on 2nd down, and he overthrows his target out of reach. He was trying to find Frankie Bukar, and 3rd down and 10 coming up. Now this is a time of the game where Wickliffe has the throw. We're now on the 39 still. Porcello, the sophomore, coming back out onto the field. And the Blue Devils just trying to fight for last hope. 3rd down and 10. They have 2 more downs, and here comes the throw. It is complete, but he is about maybe 5 yards shy of the 1st down. Looks like maybe a ball came out there a little bit after the play. No! Berkshire recovers the loose ball. He wasn't down, and that is how the night will end. The Berkshire Badgers defense steps up to the task, and with 1:02 to go, they will take home this game for sure, 33-21. All Barczykowski needs to do is take a couple kneel downs, and this game is history. What a tough night for the Wickliffe offense. 2 huge touchdowns by Elijah Fitch just weren't enough as they fall to 7-2. But Barczykowski takes a knee, and Barczykowski will win our Godaway Sports Player of the Game with his 3 touchdowns through the air and his 2 rushing touchdowns. He accounted for all 5 touchdowns here tonight, whether it was through the air or the ground. So that is more than enough to make him our Godaway Sports Player of the Game. Senior balling out in what could be his last game here at Great Lakes Cheese Stadium. This is actually the first group here for Berkshire that's played all 4 seasons here at Great Lakes Cheese. That's interesting as he takes the kneel down, and that is it. A statement win here on senior night, and Berkshire takes down the once one-loss team, Wickliffe Blue Devils, 33-21, and the Badgers on their way above 500 now at 5-4 with a important date coming up next week at Chagrin Falls. They beat the Tigers 2 times last year in a row, but the Badgers will look to do it again next Friday night to close out the regular season and clinch that playoff berth once again in what could be, hold on, trying to find something here, in the 2020s. Berkshire trying to make their 6th consecutive playoff appearance. They are looking for that 6th consecutive playoff appearance as they have made the playoffs every year here in the 2020s. And you are going to sit on this win tonight. Wickliffe trying to fix up some things for next week, but you are going to see the student section storming out on the field. That is what you want to do when you win a huge game, and they plant down on the field. So, what a win for Berkshire. You're going to enjoy this game, this win. It's going to go down in the memory books. But no Ricks here on Godaway Sports. We like to thank our cameraman, Donald Van Horn, for coming out here to Burton and getting some good footage here tonight. And you're going to get a great highlight reel tomorrow, that is for sure. And we thank you for watching. Final score here tonight, Berkshire 33, Wickliffe 21. This has been a presentation of Godaway Broadcasting Company. Gateway Sports.
Godaway Sports and CityView Sportscast thanks you for watching this presentation of high school athletics. For more coverage of your local teams, stay tuned to Godaway. Godaway Sports, we got away.